Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to be carving our pumpkins.
Love each day, yeah, cause I'm not promised tomorrow, no. So let me call you to tell you, yeah, that I really, really love you. Oh, I know that if I don't, I'll regret it. And if I don't wake up, at least I got your message. Love each day. Oh, I know that life is better if I smile with you.
Welcome to our video. I don't celebrate Halloween because I never did. I never celebrated Halloween, but we're gonna do something exciting. We're gonna be carving our pumpkins, and we're gonna be, each and every one of us is gonna pick a different face, and we're gonna carve it. We're gonna do the best. We're gonna see which one is the best carving, whatever. And while we're doing that, we're gonna be telling very scary stories. We're gonna be telling you our scariest stories, our dramatic stories, and here we go. Okay, so we gotta look in the internet to see which pumpkin we're gonna use. So I don't know. I gotta be inspired by like a picture. I want to pick something scary. I want to do something scary. So I'm gonna see if I could do this one.
But the thing is, it's not just drawing it. It's actually
carving
it.
Yeah. So we gotta like draw it first. So I'm gonna do a scary one. Ooh, look, I already messed up. Ooh.
Okay, I'm over this side. I don't want to do it on this side anymore. I'm gonna do it on this side. I know what I'm gonna do.
My scary story is I had a out-of-body experience when I was 18 years old. I was living in Jersey with the father of my two kids, and he used to work and I used to be a stay-at-home mom. And I remember my son was I think 2 or 3 years old at that time, and I was taking a nap with him next to me, and all of a sudden I fell into like a deep sleep. And in my deep sleep, I felt like I wasn't breathing. Like I felt like I wasn't breathing, and slowly, it was so weird. I felt like, I can't explain it. It just felt like, yeah, like I took a last breath and I couldn't take that breath. I couldn't like breathe again to take that last breath. It was becoming darker and darker and darker. Then all of a sudden, I found myself floating in the air, but I didn't go nowhere. It was just I was floating, and I was all the way like up, and I saw when I was looking down, I saw myself and I saw my son. I'm aware of my room, and I'm aware that I'm sleeping, and I'm aware that my son is next to me. And in my head I was like, oh my god, I gotta get back down, because my son, when I was looking down, I seen him like moving and stuff. So I was like, oh my god, and I knew that I wasn't in my body. So I was like, oh my god, I gotta get back there. How do I get back there? And I'm trying to concentrate. I couldn't do it. I was like, oh my god, my kid is gonna get up, and you know, the father of my kids won't get back until nighttime. So please, you know, I was just like praying in my head, like I want to get back, I want to get back. So I was thinking about ways to get back, and I tried maybe like 3 or 4 times to get back, and I couldn't do it. Back, and I couldn't do it. So I was just like panicking at the time. I was just panicking, and this is my spirit panicking, like, oh my god, like I have to get back there, and trying to figure it out until it, you know, I stopped panicking and just started like relaxing myself, you know, in my mind. I'm like, okay. All of a sudden, I don't know what happened. I felt like if somebody like punched me in the chest, like trying to grasp for air. You're like, yeah. And it's like a punch in the like, and then you feel like somebody just punched you. That's how I felt. Like that's how I felt. My spirit going back to my body. I can't even explain it. And when I took my breath back and I got up, I was so scared. I was crying. I was crying and I was crying. I was like, I did not want to go back to sleep. I didn't sleep, I think, for like 2 or 3 nights. I didn't go to sleep. And that was one of my scariest moments.
So I guess this was 2 years ago on my birthday. I was home alone, and my mom, I think, was at work at the time because she was doing overnight. No, she was doing Danny's shift. Oh yeah, we should show the camera
our pumpkin.
So
this is gonna be hard to do, guys. I need that knife.
I just drew this to draw this, but this is actually gonna be my pumpkin.
I told you guys I'm not a good artist. Like My face is supposed to be a scary face. I don't know. We interrupted her story.
Yeah, my stepdad wasn't there and my mom was at work. So I was home alone and I was laying down on the bed, and for some reason I was sleeping on my mom's bed for that day. I don't know what it was. I don't know why. But I was in her room and my eyes are closed, but it's one of those things where you're kind of awake too, but your eyes are closed and you can hear everything. So all of a sudden I hear someone walk up the stairs. Someone opened the door, and the whole time I'm closing my eyes because I'm thinking it's one of my parents. I don't know, you do like a fake sleep type of thing. And I heard one of them come in, and then I'm kind of like having my eyes kind of open but closed just to peek, and I just see someone like open the drawer and then close it and then come over to the corner of the bed, and then the person was standing there getting closer, and I started laughing, and then when I opened my eyes, there was nobody there. The door was open, everything, so I ran, closed the door, and then all of a sudden, like the whole time I kept hearing like running going on in the hallway, so I got super scared. I called my mom, and I'm just like, I'm hearing stuff in the hallway, I'm hearing stuff, can you hurry up and come home, please? And that was my scary story. I can never forget that because all of that happened on my birthday. Usually, it's the current house we live in too, and usually stuff like that doesn't normally happen here. So, I don't know. That was my scary story. It was weird.
Alright, so I remember one time, and it's in my new house that I'm in right now. And since you guys already know from India telling her story about my mother passing and stuff, my mom's been gone for about 3 years now, almost 4. It's just me and my dad. So my dad was at work, and I'm by myself. I'm in my room, and I'm thinking I'm all by myself. I'm good. And all of a sudden, my dog, because dogs, I guess they can sense more than we can, right? So she was sitting there and just staring at the door. And then I'm like, I don't know why is she doing that? That's weird. She goes and starts at the door. She's just growling. She never does that. Unless she really doesn't like you, if she says something negative about you, she does not do that. So I'm like, yo, why is she doing that? Then all of a sudden I hear, poop, 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 poop. And that was from the room next to me. And that's where my studio was. And my brother was long gone. He hasn't lived there for years. So I'm like, I was like, okay. You try to ignore it, but I could hear it. Then all of a sudden I hear footsteps, pop, pop, pop. Like heavy footsteps, like as if my dad Eli came. And he started walking up the stairs. So I'm like, yo, Dad? I'm like, hey, you here? No, he's not even there. I'm like, hey, you here? I'm thinking he's ignoring me. Nothing. I go open the door. Nobody's there. No light is on. Nothing. I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go back to my room now. I started praying, and my dog literally still growling at the door. As soon as I started praying, she came back to the bed, like nothing happened, laid back down, and fell asleep. I was like, oh yes, a demon was definitely messing with us. After the night, whatever, my dad actually came back home. We were both sleeping, and literally at the same time, and I kid you not, same sound we heard, crash! Something crashing inside the garage. We both got up, we both looked at each other in the hallway like, yo, did you hear that? He was like, I was like, yeah, I heard that. That junk is loud. We go down to the basement. Nothing's wrong with the basement. Everything's fine. Nothing was on the floor, nothing. We've both heard that. Like, our house, I think, is haunted. I don't know, did you guys ever feel negative in my house? Like you were being watched?
Yeah, it always feels like that.
That was the first time I realized that there was something in the house.
I had so many bad experiences that I don't get scared like that no more. I just pray. I get a lot of sleep paralysis. I don't know if you guys know what sleep paralysis is, but it's when you're sleeping and you know that you're sleeping and you're trying to get up and you can't, and you feel like a bad presence there. I went through a whole bunch of those experiences because I don't sleep well. We had to stop the video because it was like a lot. There's one knife that actually works for all these pumpkins. So we want to reveal to you the final result when we're done telling our stories. My last experience was like a year ago, and it was horrible. It was like the most scariest experience because all my sleep paralysis, I always felt like a presence there. Like only the people that have had it know what I'm talking about. It's like you feel a spirit there. You feel like somebody's like sitting on top of you and just, or somebody like sinking in your chest. So things like that always happen to me since young. Since I was like 13, I started experiencing that. My last experience, I felt like I was sleeping upstairs. Damien was down here and I was sleeping and I fell into it, and in my mind I knew I was sleeping. I was like, oh my God, I got into it again. I'm already so used to it that I already know what I have to do. So I felt the presence there, but that time it felt like really evil presence. And then I felt a very evil presence. Then after that, I felt like somebody like took my legs and like yanked them. And that's when I started praying. And until I got out of there, I started praying, and then Damien had came up because he heard me like screaming, and he already knows that I suffer from that. So he tried to get me up, and then I started screaming at the thing. I was like, leave me alone. I started just like screaming at it. And then I was like, did you grab my legs? I had to ask him because as soon as I got up, he was there. So I was like, did you grab my leg? And he was like, no. I said, somebody pushed me down like they grabbed my leg. And this was my first experience with that thing actually touching me and dragging me. I say it's a thing because it's like, it's a demon. That's demons that bother you. And I remember I prayed it and it didn't bother me for a long time. I just got that experience, you guys, like 2 or 3 days ago. I got that experience. Basically, I have a lot of anxiety, and I don't know if you guys ever felt like you had so much going on the whole day that when you go to sleep, you can't turn your mind off. That stuff like that happens to me. So it happened to me the other days. I couldn't shut my mind off trying to go to sleep. And then when I actually got into that deep sleep, you guys, that's when it went back in, and I'm familiar with it, so I'm like, oh my God, it caught me again. So this time, guys, this was my first experience with me feeling that evil presence, and I felt how big it was. This one was huge. I was just telling Damien, I had called him and I told him, oh my God, you know, this one was big. I felt like it was huge, and this one I was scared. I wasn't prepared mentally because I think I was just going through a depression, and I had fell asleep like that, and I totally forgot to pray, and it attacked me. I was like, oh my God, and I felt like it was big, and then I felt like my chest sinking in, and I couldn't like breathe, and I was like, oh my God, I know I gotta pray. So I started rebuking it in the name of Jesus. I started saying it and saying it and saying it until it finally came off of me, and I was just like, and I think I got scared because I haven't felt that for like a year. Like I haven't really experienced that anymore. So when it happened to me now, I was just like, I was more aware. I was more aware of it. But this one, I felt like it was big. I don't know. I can't explain it.
And the fact that you didn't pray and then it happened, very convenient.
And then I was going through some emotions as well. So it's like, it played a big part of it. I mean, and then I didn't get sleep the night before that well either. So yeah, I was super tired and top of depression. Not good. Not good of a combination. It's always good to pray before you go to bed. And I always got to do that because when I do that, I never get that. So it was just, it was horrible. We're almost done. We are like 2 hours already in. This is hard. It's like with this, what we do is we don't just carve the pumpkin just to carve it. What we do every year is my niece. Tell them what you do with the seeds.
So we take the seeds out and we go and we bake them. First, you could do it with sugar and some cinnamon. And then, or you could do it with some regular salt. You could just salt them and just have regular pumpkin seeds. We do that because there's something. It's not just carving the pumpkin. That's boring. We have to eat afterwards. We gotta be rewarded for our monstrosities. All right.
When you guys come back, all this will be done in a click of a.
So I already finished cleaning them, and then I drained it out. Put more water in there, clean them again. I put some oil on them. We couldn't find olive oil, so we just put regular oil on it. So now it's nice and oiled, and all we need to do now is bake them. Guys, so we just took it out the oven, and it's nice and toasted. What I put over it is your preference. I put salt on mine. I like it nice and salty. You can also put some sugar, or you can put some cinnamon with sugar. You can make a sweet version, or you can make a salty version. I like personally the salty. And let's see how it tastes. Ready? That's good. It's crispy. Nice and crispy. See?
So right now is the fun part. Now is the final result. I want you guys to put a comment below and let us know which pumpkin is your favorite pumpkin, okay? We are not professional, so don't act like we're gonna give y'all something professional. It's gonna be something that is gonna be funny at the same time.
Mediocre.
So, yeah, it's like mediocre. All right, so like I said, put a comment below and let us know which one you like the best, India, Jasmine, or Jamie's. Okay, so I'm gonna reveal my pumpkin first.
Alright, now I'm going to reveal mine. Try to give it a scary vampire, scarecrow type of look to it. Alright.
Mine's, I first wanted to do SpongeBob, but that's too hard. So mine's is an old grandpa.
So leave us a comment below and let us know which one, you know who I'm playing. I think Jasmine's is the scariest one. I think hers is like missing
That's
teeth.
not the point. The point is which one is the better one though.
Yeah,
That's
the one you
scariest.
think is scary. Yeah, the one you think is like your favorite, basically, your favorite. And remember you guys, if you guys like this video, please press a thumbs up. And if you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe. Don't forget to press that notification so you can be aware of my latest stories. And don't ever forget to
Love each day!